streaming games on Twitter. The good news is it will be free. The bad news is it won't be available in Canada. NFL Commissioner Roger Goodell made the announcement today. Where else? On Twitter. 10 Thursday night games will be available on tablets, computers, and internet-connected TVs. Twitter is paying around $10 million for the rights. The NFL says Twitter is the best way to grow its audience and generate revenue. Patrick O'Rourke is senior editor at Mobile Syrup. And Patrick, this doesn't seem like a natural fit. Football on Twitter?
Yeah, it's kind of an interesting move for Twitter. I mean, users have been they've been live streaming the games themselves in kind of a way. They've been posting GIFs, little clips through Twitter's Periscope service. So I think this is more Twitter finding a way to take that content and monetize it in a different way.
But now I understand the NFL was actually looking for a digital partner and considering several different people. So what's their interest?
I think this opens it up, the NFL and the Thursday night games, to a much broader audience. I mean, I think there's some people who maybe don't subscribe to traditional cable services, and with Twitter hosting these games for free, that gives them access to it and opens them up to a broader audience.
Now, we said in our introduction, not available in Canada. Lots of things are not supposed to be available in Canada, but they are.
Yes.
Are you seeing people are going to be trying to get around these rules?
I think people are definitely going to try, as they always do. Whether or not that's actually possible, we'll have to wait until it launches. Twitter accounts tend to be region locked, as far as I know. So it could be difficult for Canadians to access these feeds, but definitely there's some intelligent people out there that'll find a way to make it work.
Now, again, when we talk about Twitter being the winner of this deal, so to speak, it was quite a surprise, apparently, in the tech community. A lot of people thought, that it was going to be Amazon, for example. Why do you think the NFL would have chosen to go this way?
I think it's a more relevant, cooler platform, for lack of a better way to describe it. There was a bidding war, obviously, and from what I've heard is Twitter actually came in significantly lower than competitors. So I think personally that's why Twitter, they probably opted for Twitter over other social media platforms for streaming.
But yeah, you raised that question of the price. I mean, last year, apparently Yahoo paid $20 million for the first NFL game of the season. They wanted to have it live online. $20 million for one game.
Yeah.
Twitter's paying $10 million for 10 games, $1 million a game. And then if you look at what some of the networks pay for the games, again, they're up there in the $40 to $50 million range.
Yeah, for sure.
Why so cheap?
I think just I guess the NFL is looking for a new way to reach a different audience, and Twitter, I guess they see that as the way to reach that digital audience, and it's a more relevant platform than some of the other ones. And I mean, Yahoo's attempt at streaming, I think it was moderately successful. I'm not sure what the viewership was, but like you said, they paid a significantly higher price. So I think it's more the NFL kind of making a compromise and deciding to sort of lower their asking price to get on a platform that they think is going to help them reach a new audience.
What do we know at this point about where the advertising revenues are going to go?
I'm not 100% certain on that, but I think that most of it's going to still go to the NFL, but there's also some kind of revenue sharing to do with Twitter as well.
Now, what do we know about how it physically will work? I mean, are you logging into the app or what?
Twitter hasn't talked about that yet, but my best guess is it would be a tweet that Twitter sends out through its official account. They've done live stream events before, they've posted videos before. Regular Twitter users can even post videos and live videos through Periscope. So I imagine it'll be a tweet that gets sent out by Twitter, and then users can press play on it and they'll have instant access to the game for free.
I'm curious about just sort of the overall competitive marketplace for sports, because like we've heard that live sports is almost like the holy grail in this new universe where people are PVRing things, they're watching on Netflix, everything is sort of on demand and predictable when you can get it. But, a live event is something that people are going to pay to see. And I mean, even they were already talking about, the pick and pay channels for the new cable deals. It's the sports channels are going to be the most expensive again. So, I mean, what does this deal mean for, all these other players in this sports marketplace?
For people that don't subscribe to a traditional cable service and they, consider themselves cord cutters, so they just use streaming platforms. It's really, really hard to watch live sports. That's one of the things that's difficult, unless you subscribe to one of the official apps, like the NFL's app or the NHL's app. So Rogers has this new service called Sportsnet Now. I think it's $25 a month approximately, where they're going to stream a variety of different games, which includes the Thursday night NFL games that are being streamed in the US on Twitter.
So you're thinking maybe that's why this isn't available?
That's likely why they're respecting Rogers' content agreement. That's not to say that it might not happen in the future. I mean, that agreement's only for the next year. So perhaps in 2017 we'll see Twitter streaming NFL games in Canada, but right now it's not going to happen.
Right. Okay, well, thank you so much, Patrick.
No problem. Thank you.